We were told we have 1 minute, so here goes. This is the lightning round. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here, and I want to echo what Senator Schatz said about the folks behind us representing so many Americans, young and old, who have made climate change such a priority all these years. We would not be standing here today on the verge of passing major legislation which will lower the cost of prescription drugs and help so many millions of seniors, lower the cost of energy for our families, and literally in the same bill, reduce the threat of climate change while reducing the deficit, all in the same bill. This bill does so much more that we don't have time to summarize. I want to highlight what it does on health care, of course, what we do to make sure that those ACA subsidies are in place for our families, what this bill does to preserve, and this doesn't get a lot of attention, but in my state, Pennsylvania, it does a lot for those families who have a relative who worked in a coal mine. The Black Lung Trust Fund will be solvent because of this legislation to help those workers. And finally, let me say this. I think it's a good time to ask a question of both parties. What did you do when you had the majority? What did you do with your majority? We know what they did. They used their majority and the president who was in power at the time to pass a tax bill that would further rig the code for big companies all across the world and also for very wealthy Americans. They rigged an already rigged tax code and did nothing for the middle class and for workers. What have we done with our majority? We passed a rescue plan that helped tens of millions of families with a child tax credit. We got to help to get our schools open. We helped to get vaccines out there. And in this bill, we're going to be able to push back on climate change, lower the cost of prescription drugs, make tax changes that bring more fairness, and get the deficit down. There is no question which party has been on the side of families and lifting them up, and what party has been on the side of corporations. I am grateful for the work that's been done up to this point. We still have a hell of a lot of work to do. We're going to get this done. God bless you.